We're talking to Daren Miller, the president of the National Secondary Students Council. Welcome, Daren.
Thank you.
We're going to be asking Daren the importance that he sees on behalf of Jamaica's students and youth of this conference being hosted by JYAN.
Well, you know, Jovan, I've always belonged to the camp of people who believe that a society succeeds best where it most clearly articulates purposes. And the Jamaica Youth Advocacy Network and its hosting of this Yute X conference, I believe, is very reminiscent of that fact and the importance of purposes. It brings together a lot of youth right across the country to speak on different issues that affect them. And where it is that you have a forum where people can speak about these issues and be able to come up with solutions, I believe that that is good. It sets the platform for what it is that we want to achieve, what it is that we want our youth to see life as, because a lot of our young people see life in this very superficial light, this whole thing of the bling culture. You know, it is all about getting through and allowing yourself to be able to have wealth without the moral aspect, the importance of hard work, dedication. I mean, you may be able to get wealth, but how do you appropriate that? And those are some of the things that are lacking in our society. And I believe that any forum that can bring together youth in this manner and be able to have them work together in this regard is good.
So how do you think it will facilitate the participation of youth based on advocacy for national issues regarding youth development?
I think it will achieve not the zenith of what needs to be achieved in terms of people's awareness of advocacy, but it will certainly help in certain regards. And advocacy is a very important thing for youth development, because our young people very largely do not understand the magnitude of their power, certainly through the National Secondary Students Council, and how it is that through policy development and through effecting certain changes, you know, in that regard, we can actually be beacons of great change in the society. So it will achieve much, but there is a lot of work that needs to be done, and I believe that with partnerships, the National Secondary Students Council and other mediums, we can be able to achieve much. Well, the National Secondary Students Council, it was developed in 1975 through a policy that was brought to Parliament in 1973. And this really came out of the importance that the government saw of youth participation in the policy development and the importance of student representation. So we started to develop this National Secondary Students Council, and from that time until now, it has been really great in ensuring that young people, youth represented in public secondary schools, right now we represent over 300,000 young people right across the island in public secondary
level of the National Secondary Students Council with issues regarding that JYAN. This conference will talk about how have they impacted on the work that the National Secondary Students Council has done?
Well, it has, because various issues were looked at. Some things revolving around teenage pregnancy, the involvement of our young men in things that are unbecoming. And, you know, this is a theme that rings with certain pockets of the Jamaican society. And it is our responsibilities as youth to advocate against this sort of thing, you know, to have our young people realize that there's a better way. There's an alternative to being somebody who is on the street, you know, going out and, you know, doing all kinds of ill things in order to sustain yourself and your family. So we want to give them an alternative, and the Yute X conference is very instrumental in that regard, and I certainly have taken into consideration many of the things that have been said and will certainly apply it in my reign as presidency of the NSSC.
Thank you, Daren Miller, for talking to us. You just heard from Daren Miller, president of the National Secondary Students Council and student at St. Jacob High.